Hello, it's Chad Thomas again, and welcome to the latest episode of Toy Geek Maniac. This is an amazing episode for us, and so let's get going. So, due to the fact that we had software glitches not too long ago, it really set things back as far as like how we were able to produce or put out videos onto YouTube and things like that. So there was a lot of backlog that we've had to go through, and occasionally we'd insert something new into the mix, and but our priority has been to try to get through all the videos that we need to get through on a timely basis based on how they are received. We've been trying to do that. On the most part, it's been kind of difficult because some items are a little bit too exciting for patience to hold out. So, and this is one of those cases. Just today, we received a package from a subscriber, and it was something that was on our Amazon.com wish list, which we tend to always release in the details below. If anybody would like to participate, the generosity is valued beyond belief, like almost in tears, because there's so much that has come through. And I mean, honestly, I've got a pile here sitting there, and I've got so many other videos to work on before getting to these. Like, I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed. But this one I couldn't not publish right away, because this is something that I've wanted, something that I didn't think that I would ever actually own, and something that has also been found to be very, 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 very expensive online. The sender has decided to remain anonymous, so and that doesn't bother me, because I'm not, out on this looking for, like, I need to thank you, I need to thank you, I need to thank everybody. I thank everybody, but for those of you who don't want to shout out, I get it. So, here we go. '90s Havoc and Polaris. This is a set that I never imagined that I would ever acquire in my life. It's amazing, and and I'm so very humbled by the generosity. I'm sorry. By the generosity of this gift. These are great additions to my collection, and I'm very, very grateful. Alright, let me pull myself together and we'll get a look at this. Now, considering that I've been collecting X-Men figures for a very long time now, I believe I did a video on the current Polaris, and if I did, I'm not entirely sure if I included the history of Polaris figures that I've had or maintained in that time. But as I go through the reviews, I'll post little shots of figures that are representative of Polaris and Havoc throughout the years. I will say that this is the second Havoc that I've ever had. And I'll try to do some research as far as like what the first one was, but okay, so here we have Havoc, Alex Summers, who is the younger brother to Scott Summers, also known as Cyclops. I'm already noticing a bit of a bleed on the lower lip to the chin. Okay, it is what it is. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the full-bodied aspect of Havoc. Okay, as far as its head sculpt goes, this does look really well as far as how he looked in the comics in the 90s. Like I said, that bleed into the lower lip from the chin is very disconcerting. Not happy about that. But everything else seems to do pretty well. You've got a great look down. Oh my gosh. Kind of a little awkward in the back there, however. The great look up with the problem of that nice gap. Okay, so yeah. Obviously there's going to be a 360. Well, without its head popping off? Maybe a 360? No. Lateral lift in the arm is pretty decent. There is a turn in the bicep. A double jointed elbow, which is really notchy. That's really not cute. And then there is swivel in hand with the flex back and forth. So along the torso, the jacket does actually kind of peel apart a little bit. There is a little snap in there that lets you close up his jacket if you so desire. Other than that, his torso bend back is okay, but there's a gap right there that I really detest. There's a great torso crunch in the front. I'm trying to see. No, it's just the torso. I thought for a second with the House of X Magneto that there would have been like a different crunch in the abs to make a further torso crunch, but it's not needed. He crunches forward fantastically. The lateral lift in the legs is very disappointing, and okay. This is gonna be the next issue I talk about after I get articulation done. There is the thigh turn, a double jointed knee. There's the boot turn, forward flex, back, and a fantastic pivot. Okay, so I ran into this with the love triangle version of Cyclops, where he had these aspects of his costume that were not actually connected to his costume, although they could have been. The same is going for Havoc here, and it's really super annoying. So Havoc has his blasts that come out of his hands, which comes with a design that is featured with many other characters. So even though it's a different color, it can be used with different characters. I just find it lame that they couldn't like come up with something more genuine. Okay, so now we have Polaris, also known as Lorna Dane, and this is the second figure I've ever had of her. I've done a review of her other figure, her most current look, and this is her 1990s X Factor look. And let me go ahead and start getting into this, because I don't necessarily think that there's going to be so many problems with this figure, but we'll see. Okay, well, it does turn out that despite all the hair that she has on her head, she can still do a 360 turn on that head. She can look down, obviously, which makes her hair look ridiculous, and maybe a little bit of a look back because of her hair, but not too much. However, that aesthetic is just gorgeous because it totally encompasses what she looked like in the comics back in the 90s as a member of X Factor. Alright, so we've got a great lateral lift in the arms. Naturally, there's no bicep turn. We've got a single jointed knee. The hand is 360 and pulsable. The cuffs on her wrists actually do move, but should be very close to her gloves because there's supposed to be an attachment to that. She doesn't get much of a bend back because of her hair, and even when you do, there is a slight gap, slight. It annoys me, but it's only slight. Her belt is loose upon her waist. Not much of a lateral lift in the leg at all, actually, surprisingly. There is a thigh turn, a double jointed knee, no boot turn, which is okay because she doesn't actually have a thigh-high boot. Flex forward, flex back. And the pivot is amazing. The cuffs, once again, along the boots, do tend to ride up. Yeah, so be it as it may. Alright, so Polaris also does have one other set of hands. It is a set of closed fist that once again seem just not appropriate for the size of the figure. This is a problem that I've had with others. Maybe it's just me. If it's just me, just smack me in the face in the comments below and say, just fuck up. So yeah, those are her two other hands. And she has power sets that mimic exactly what Havoc has. So aside the color, it's kind of disappointing because their powers are so different. So that the fact that they look the same is very disappointing. For sure. So I certainly want to give a shout out to the subscriber that purchased this 2-pack for me. It was something that was totally out of my realm. I never thought that I'd receive, and I am so humbled and excited to have them in my collection. I can't say anything more enough than that without just like diving into tears again, which I'm going to. But at any rate, thank you so much. We appreciate all that you do for us at our channel, and we can't thank everyone enough. So do what you do here. Thank you for doing what you do, and love and light to you all.